Hi, welcome to day 15 of my 28 Days of Gratitude, which is the book by Rhonda Byrne called The Magic. And today is all about mending and healing broken relationships. So they've actually called the chapter Magically Heal Your Relationships. So they're saying if you have a difficult or broken relationship or are suffering from a broken heart, and I think more importantly, you're holding on to resentment or blame towards another person, then gratitude's a way of releasing that. So you need to think of someone who perhaps you have a poor relationship with that's perhaps broken down over time. It could be a parent, a sibling, your child. It could be a partner, an ex-partner. It could be anyone really that you've had a relationship with, and that now isn't great. And I think the important thing about this is the fact that you're still holding on to things, because I really had to think about this, because I feel very grateful and very blessed that the relationships in my life are good. Seriously, we can always improve our relationships, but in terms of how I feel about them, I think they're good. I think they're really good. So I thought, well, I don't really have a broken heart. I don't really hold resentment towards anybody. So I'm not saying I haven't got on with people in the past, but they haven't been people I've had relationships with and they've gone sour. And there certainly isn't anyone in my life that I now don't have a relationship with where I harbour any ill feelings. So I didn't feel I could really do this one. But I'm sure there are plenty of people out there that do have relationships that are, have failed or are failing, and would really like to release some of that so that they don't feel that resentment, because that really can hold you back in so many ways if you hold on to things, even if you don't realise it. So yes, the practice for today is, if you have got anyone in that like that in your life, to think of who they are and then say their name and then say, I'm grateful for. So it might take some digging, especially if the relationship is so broken down that you seriously can't think of anything positive about them. But I'll read a couple of things from the book just to give you an idea of what they're saying. So this was obviously a relationship or marriage that broke down. So Paul, I'm grateful for our time together. While our marriage did end, I did learn a lot, and I'm so much wiser today. And I use what I learned from our marriage in many of my relationships today. Paul, I'm grateful for everything you did to try and make our relationship or our marriage work, because 10 years of marriage means you did try. Paul, I'm grateful for you for our children. The joy I receive from them every day could not have been without you. I'm grateful for your support when I went through a difficult time of grief and loss. Paul, I'm grateful for the great times we had, and we did have many. So it goes on, a list of 10. So if there is any broken relationships or relationships you'd like to heal, so people perhaps you do want a relationship with, but for some reason it's not that great at the moment, then this is a really great way to start improving it, because it only takes one of you to do this to make the difference. So by you changing, you will invoke a change in that other person. So really amazing stuff. So if there is anyone, then that's what you need to do today. As usual, we do your 10 blessings in the morning. I did mine this morning, and I talked about being totally grateful for being confident, the fact that I can stand up in front of people and I can train and I can run my damsels and I can be really visible and be okay with it. So I'm very grateful that I can do that, especially when you think about people who would rather poke their eye out with needles than stand in front of a group of people and talk. Then I thought about soil, because actually without soil we wouldn't be able to grow our fruit and our vegetables and plants and trees that generate oxygen. We wouldn't have any of that if we didn't have some soil. And then I thought about my tongue, because actually I wouldn't be able to talk or eat without it. So very grateful that I've got a tongue that works well. And because today was about relationships, it did then get me thinking about what great relationships I do have. And the people that came to mind, although I have mentioned a few of my friends throughout the last 15 days, I picked my 5 closest. So I talked about how grateful I am to have Nicola in my life, because she really is a ray of sunshine, and she's supported and encouraged me so much over the years. It's been absolutely phenomenal. And Cheryl and Emma and Angela and Kerry. So I've really explained a lot of why, and actually the common theme is they've all really supported me and encouraged me and been non-judgmental of me. So that kind of unconditional love, which I'm so grateful to have such close friends in my life. I have many friends, but these are kind of the real, your heart buddies, the ones that you're really close to and that you've probably known for quite a long time. So yes, that was really lovely to get back in touch with just how grateful I am with those wonderful relationships. And then tonight I will be having my stone and holding it in the palm of my hand and thinking of all the really great things that have happened today, and being really grateful for them, and then picking the best and saying how grateful I am for that particular thing. Also, yesterday I mentioned that I didn't follow through with thinking about I thought of my day and how great it was, but I didn't then say that I was really grateful for any news received. But I did do that this morning, and then I found out that there was a new M&S food literally a stone's throw away from my house, which I can walk to, and it's open till 9 o'clock, so I'm super excited about that. So I was like, yes, that's really great news today. Okay, so that's day 15. Tomorrow will be on to day 16, and I will see you then. Bye bye.